Hey guys, this is going to be the first of a series of videos about my experiences with being bigender. I wanted to make this video series because there's not that many videos about being bigender on YouTube, so I just kind of wanted to make something so I could share my experiences and try and be helpful to other people who might be dealing with similar situations that I am. So basically what being bigender means to me is that I switch between identifying as male and female. It's not a 50-50 thing. There's no specific amount of time that I am one or the other. It just happens. It's pretty frustrating because there's a lot of times where I can't necessarily present as male, whether it be because of family or work or something like that. So feeling like you're a boy and then having to present as being a girl and everybody seeing you as a girl, it really sucks. So I basically have two modes, girl mode and boy mode. When I'm in girl mode, I will obviously wear female clothing, tighter t-shirts, dresses. I often wear wigs so that I have longer hair. Sometimes I wear makeup, not usually. Even in girl mode, I'm not particularly girly. I never really was the most feminine girl. I'm kind of, I guess, a tomboy. I usually am just wearing jeans and a t-shirt though. And then when I'm in boy mode, I wear more masculine clothing, bigger t-shirts, baggier pants, I bind, and I do facial contour and makeup to help me pass. I first figured out that I was bigender about 2 years ago, I think, when I was around 18. The first time I presented myself as male was back in the day of the web chatting site Stickam. And I was around 15 or 16, something like that, and I decided that I would make my profile as being a male. And that was my first experience with exploring that identity, and after that it kind of just became a part of my life. And at first I had no idea what bigender even was, so I started to worry that I was FTM trans, but it didn't fit right with me, because when I would think about it, I'd be like, yeah, I feel like a boy and I am happy presenting as male and I like other people seeing me as a male, but at the same time I was like, but I don't particularly hate being female. So for a while I took on the label of genderqueer, and because I just put my hands in the air, I was like, fuck it, I don't want to associate with either gender because I didn't feel like I fit in one or the other. But then after doing some research, I found out about gender fluidity and bigender, and when I read more into it, it was like I was reading a biography about myself. It was like a huge weight had been lifted because I felt like I found out what I am, and the burning question was finally answered. I also experienced gender dysphoria, which basically is the feeling that your physical body doesn't match what's in your head and in your heart, and it causes a lot of emotional distress, and a lot of times I'm up all hours of the night with my mind just racing, and I'll be crying and just hating myself basically because everything just feels wrong sometimes. And the fact that is only sometimes makes it even harder to deal with, because I can't even just say, okay, well, I'm trans, I'm going to transition and just become a male and that'll be the end of it. I can't do that because I am not just male. I am also female, and I can't just be one or the other. I am both, and it sucks that I can't physically be both when I feel like I'm whichever one I happen to feel like. And I wish that I was like a Mr. Potato Head or something, where I could just like pop off my boobs and pop on a penis or something, but I can't. One of my biggest challenges is trying to pass in public when I am in boy mode. Most of my dysphoria in boy mode comes from my chest. There's times where I will put on my binder and get dressed and whatever, and then I'll go and look in the mirror and I'll be stuck there frantically trying to make my chest flatter, because it never feels like it's flat enough. There's times where I look down and it looks like I'm just wearing a sports bra or something, and it makes me freak out, because that is the first thing that I feel like people will see when they look at me, and they'll just know instantly that no matter how masculine my face may look or what I'm wearing, they'll see that and know that I'm a female. And it's really scary because I can't read minds, so every time someone looks at me when I'm in public and I'm in boy mode, I just think, I'm like, do they see me as a boy? Is that person questioning what I am? Stuff like that. There's been times where my dysphoria has gotten so bad where I would not be able to even take a shower, because just the thought of seeing my naked body disgusted me, and I did not want to see it. And back when I was in school, I had missed, I think, 2 days of class in a row because of how bad my dysphoria was. I didn't want to leave my room, and I didn't want anyone else to see me but my boyfriend, because I just felt so disgusting. Besides my chest, the next biggest source of my dysphoria is my voice. It's obviously not a male voice. I try to lower it, but I'm not particularly good at it, and I am not used to doing it, so I forget sometimes. You'll probably notice throughout this video that my voice tone changes from higher to lower or whatever, but I want to start working on that, because now that I have a better binder, my chest isn't too much of a concern, so now I want to work on my voice and just passing in general. On days that I do pass, it is like the best feeling in the world. Besides the dysphoria in my chest and my voice, I don't really have any other concerns, really. I'm fine with everything else, basically. I don't have bottom dysphoria, mainly because my bottom half isn't really seen by anybody, and you can't tell by looking at me what's under my pants, so that doesn't bother me. The only thing about my lower half that bugs me is the fact that I obviously have female hips. I have a bigger butt, and my thighs are bigger and whatever, obviously female shaped, but that is not that hard to hide with my binding briefs and baggier pants, but sometimes it's a little frustrating. It also really bugs me that I can never take my shirt off and be shirtless. It feels like I can't really prove myself. I want to be able to have a male chest. I can't really get surgery or go on hormones or anything like that because I'm also a girl, so I can't really go on hormones because that would make me more male. so it would still be unbalanced. I have dysphoria when I'm in boy mode because my body is female. But if I made my body male, when I'm in girl mode I would feel dysphoria. So I can't really get a balance going because either way I lose. But I would totally love to get top surgery. If I could, I would, because I feel like that would be the solution to most all of my dysphoria issues, and it would make me more comfortable in my body, and I feel like it would be easier for me to pass. So if I got chest surgery, it would kind of help balance everything a little bit more, because it would be like more of an even percentage between male and femaleness type of thing. Yeah, it's confusing. As far as switching goes, it just happens. It's like a flip of a switch in my head to boy or girl, and it's just become such a part of my life that I don't even really think about it anymore. I'll just go to get dressed, and depending on whether or not I put on a binder, put on a bra, that's kind of like how I figure out which mode I'm in that day. No matter which mode I'm in, I'm still the same person. My personality isn't really different between the two. If you really know me and spend a lot of time with me, you would probably be able to tell the difference between when I'm in girl mode and boy mode, besides by looking at me. My voice is different. It's sort of a subconscious thing where when I'm in girl mode I talk higher, and when I'm in boy mode I lower my voice. The way that I sit, the way that I walk, my hand gestures, my manner of speaking is a little bit different, but other than that, it's basically the same, because even in girl mode I'm kind of like one of the guys, so there's not too much of a difference. It's not like my two sides are separate. It's not two separate people. It's just one person, but both different genders, but not different people. I don't know. It's really confusing. I don't even fully understand it, but it's just how it is, and it's who I am, and that's okay. So that's basically it for my introduction video. After this point, I'm going to have videos that are on specific topics under the category of my experiences of being bigender, and I hope that this series is helpful to people, or just, you know, educational to anyone that might be interested in the topic, or, you know, entertaining, I guess. I don't know, I'm kind of boring. But yeah, so see you later.